Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope all is well. My name is Stephen Lumbala and I'm a 2009 St. Francis High School graduate. I played football at the school and my experience as a black student overall was great. I think a lot of people, we just sort of respected each other and got to know each other about our cultures, our languages, and so on and so forth. When I was there, the community was pretty close, everybody got along. Sometimes some of my friends, they felt like, they were being either judged or sometimes, being criticized more than, for example, their counterpart white students who were doing similar things but weren't getting as much in trouble. So there's always been this sort of feeling of, either inequity or higher expectation being placed on black students in that regards. And that's something that, I think a lot of people continue to fight against because we want to be treated equal overall. So that's something that I think young people are doing a good job for is, talking against these inequities, not just equalities, but inequities, and to make sure that we get our fair shake as well. I am currently articling at a law firm in downtown Calgary. I went to the University of Calgary and played football there. I was on a football scholarship. I graduated from the business school, and then I played 2 years professional football and worked 4 years in the energy industry. And then I went back to school and I graduated from law school in April 2020. I went to University de Moncton, where I did my common law in French, and now I'm currently about to finish my articling. So I'm not an immigrant. I was born in Montreal, but my older siblings are immigrants. My parents are immigrants. My parents are from the Democratic Republic of Congo. So how did that affect my childhood? Well, one of the things that affected my childhood was the fact that I knew clearly that I was different from the rest, just in the measure that how I was raised at home, how we spoke at home. And I was born in Montreal, so the French that I speak is quite different than Quebec French. So from then on, right away, I knew that, there was a clear difference between us culturally. And also one thing that was important was that, obviously, right, there's lots of black people in Montreal, lots of black people in Calgary, but not all black people are the same. We're not a monolith. We come from different communities with different values and different cultures. So I think that's one thing that was very important for me and understanding as to who I was as a person, and to be proud of my roots and to celebrate my roots and celebrate those differences. And I think this is more so in regards to what happened this past summer with Black Lives Matter. And I think this is an essential movement, and this is the first time in history that the plight of black people is perhaps at the forefront of world media. And people need to understand that for a very long time, black people were put to the side. They weren't allowed to speak. Their opinions were discounted. Now is the time for us to take our place in society and to really say that, we may be a visible minority, but we are just as deserving, just as hardworking, and just as worthy, right? We need to make sure that people know that we can succeed, that we work extremely hard, that we're tremendously bright, and that we have a lot to bring to the table. And it's also our job to make sure that we take our seats at this table. So I encourage all of you to continue to fight on, to be great ambassadors for our communities, and most importantly, yourselves. Be proud of yourselves and where you come from and your families. And don't ever be ashamed of who you are, where you come from, and what your name is. Along with her role in civil activism, Viola Desmond was a successful entrepreneur, creating a community through her business in the 1900s. As a beautician, she not only established herself financially in an unfair economy, but also aided in the employment of black women by opening a beauty school. Much like Rosa Parks, she found herself in a white-only section of a theater and refused to leave her seat when told she could not because of her race. Despite the lack of official laws supporting segregation, she was arrested, fined, and charged. However, her small act of defiance towards covert racism in Nova Scotia was impactful for many lives, bringing inspiration to later generations to fight racism. Today, Viola Desmond is seen on the Canadian $10 bill as a commemoration of her actions, making her the first woman to be printed on Canadian currency. Thank you so much, and I hope this was of some help. Take care, guys, and happy Black History Month.